Welcome to Rebecca Sounds Reveille. I am so excited today because the guest that I have is going to just pump you up and leave you with some just excitement today. He is an American actor, an author, a writer, a director, a motivational speaker. He's a graduate of Bowling Green State University. He's pursued a passion for the arts through modeling for American Greetings. Yes, could you always wonder who, right? And he's also done local print ads, several independent films. He's done theater projects in Cleveland, Ohio. And what's really interesting, and I have got so much to share with you, and there's just not enough, but we're going to go enough time. But we're going to go over some things with you. He's made his debut television appearance in November 2014 as a contestant on a nationally televised game show. How many of you watch game shows anymore? Do you remember when they were so popular? They still are, yes. Let's Ask America. Oh my goodness. And he's recently been added to the cast of an Amazon Prime television show called Chosen Kin Origins. We're going to talk about that because there's some things there that you're going to want to know, especially what the storyline is if you haven't watched it, because you want to. And he's been seen in the job interview. He's participated in a number of stage performances, and he's been also in a play called Soulmate. We're going to talk about this also. And if you haven't watched theater lately, you've got to. You just have got to, because you can really connect with actors in this manner. And you also become a lot more engaged. So this is something that we're going to want to talk a little bit too about. But there's more. There's just so much more to this. What is really amazing about the actor with me today is that he uses his platform to impact and entertain through compelling stories. But there's even more. Not only that, I told you he's an author. And I want to talk to you about a new book that he's going to share with you today. And I'm really interested in this. And I'm going to, even though I know what it is, I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about it. He's done other contributions in writing, which are very impactful and line up with a lot about my mission in helping you and helping others overcome trauma and focusing on becoming healthy. With me today, my guest is Rodney Damon Collins. Welcome to the show, Rodney.
Wow, Rebecca, thank you so much for having me on the show. I am just so, you got me pumped up. You talking about me, I'm like, I have the chills right now sitting here listening to you, so I'm ready to go.
Oh my goodness. You are amazing. And I have got, oh my gosh, I have got a burning question, which I'm going to hold off for a little while to ask you. It's about one of your roles because I did some digging. But anyways, woo, let's talk about what you're currently doing. Tell me about your Amazon Prime.
Oh my goodness. The show is entitled Chosen Kin Origins. It's a original superhero show. It takes, the storyline is there are three people who grew up together and they developed these super powers. They were given to them because there's an impending invasion coming to Earth. They don't know exactly why. They're still trying to figure out who they are. My character is Dr. Watson. I run a government organization. Think about David Duchovny from the X-Files and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, kind of meshed together. That's my character. That's my role is basically I'm investigating what's happening with the superheroes. I know a lot about their origins. I know about the impending danger, and we're building up to this feature film, which we'll be shooting later on this year. Buffalo 8 will be producing the film. So it's an awesome show. It started out as a web series, and Amazon snatched it up. It's built momentum over in Europe and in Asia and in the United States. So it's a really cool show.
It sounds really cool. It's amazing that you're Dr. Watson.
Yes.
It
Dr.
really
Watson.
is. And, a lot of people wonder, how to go about getting a part. And a lot of times they think Hollywood, major film, ABC, NBC, they forget that you can get a major role with Amazon. You can get a major role on other networks that are just as lucrative. And this is what you've done. And not only that, but you've had a lot of other roles and you're doing really, really well. So this is pretty exciting.
It's extremely exciting. Yesterday, I had a meeting with the director, and a role was offered to me. I'm not at liberty to say just yet. We are in the beginning, the working through the show, as it's going to be most likely on Netflix, and I will actually be the lead of this show. So yeah, so I can't say that yet, but when I come back at another time, maybe in a few more months, I should have some more information for you on that one. So it's like it blew me away yesterday, but I'm really excited about that. And then there's another project I did called The Single Life. It's a romantic comedy, and it's on YouTube now. And what happened is our TV show has been picked up by several film festivals, and it's being featured. It's going to be featured in Houston at the Houston Film Festival. It was at the Pan-African Film Festival this past 2 weeks here in Los Angeles. It's going to be I think, in New York City also, and in Boston. But the show it's a really cool comedy, and my character, his name is Dwayne. He's a man of mystery until some things are revealed about the background that he has with one of the other leads.
This is pretty exciting. Now, okay, here's the burning question that I've had. So as I was doing a little bit of research, I understand that, like my real life character, you have played a police officer.
Yes.
I want to hear all about this.
It was on the TV show about investigations, and my goodness, man, that was a few years ago. I can't remember.
It was a documentary, right?
Yes, yeah, it was basically investigating crimes, and they take real crimes and they do reenactments of the crimes. So my job as a police officer was obviously to do part of the investigation, and I was one of the arresting officers. The person actually, man, they committed a really, really dark crime. This lady along with her boyfriend, they killed her parents. So yeah, and then they tried to hide the crime and try to make it look like there was a break-in at the house, and that it was a home invasion. They tried to make the crime look like that. So after months of investigation, came to find out that it was the daughter and her boyfriend who basically conspired to commit this crime. So
I'm going to be watching for you.
Deadly Sins.
Deadly Sins. I'm going to be watching for you because I still, despite the fact that I'm retired now, I do still find interest in investigations, and I do watch these kinds of films. But I do. I find it very interesting. But I'm interested in what you've got going, and you're doing a lot of things, not only in film, but in theater, but in your personal life, and you're doing things that are going to help people. And I want to start with your background first, because like me, this is another parallel. which I found very interesting. You've done a lot of volunteer in kind of not only with boys and girls and youth in ministry area. Those what I'm just completely blown away because I have as well. But my goodness, you were able to just implement and direct in ministry over 800. I was completely blown away with this because that ripple effect is unbelievable. Can you share a little bit with me about this?
Yeah, yes. Basically, I've always had a passion for ministry, and really, I believe that each and every one of us, we're on this earth to help improve the lives of our fellow man, and we're here to serve each other. And um, I love going out and seeing somebody's life changed. And when I go out and serve, I find that it's not me helping them, but I actually get helped. It changes me more to help
Yes.
people. So that's, it actually has become a passion because I actually have seen how my life has changed by going to help other people. So that's a huge passion for me. It's something that my wife and I aspire to establish a nonprofit that does even more work. She's an educator, and we want to do even more work. We want to establish a school, other organizations that help at-risk youth and help families to really improve their lives. So one of my most life-changing experiences was when I went to Liberia, and we spent 3 weeks over there helping to build a school. When we arrived there, the family that was our host family, we were sitting at dinner with them the first night we got there, and I was just telling the wife, I was like, man, we couldn't wait to get here. We just wanted to help. And she says, no, my brother, you see, we have been praying for you because here we love God only for who he is. You you love him for what he does for you in America. I was like, oh, okay, school's in session already.
Yes, yes.
So
Wow.
yes.
You've done so much. And what you just said is very profound because I don't think a lot of people realize how much benefit that one receives internally in growth, mentally, spiritually, even physically, because all of those things, I mean, it's one, right? Our body
Yeah.
is a whole unit. So everything interacts and we grow so much, and it's healthy when we serve other people,
Yes, it
even
is.
in a small capacity. And so I think if anyone is watching and they're going to take something away from the show, as far as what they can do to gain something and grow, is to serve someone else. But what's amazing is what you're doing right now through performance and storytelling is helping your entertainment through that is
Yes.
helping others. And you in turn are growing from that as well. And you just keep growing and growing and growing. And look at what's happening. You're there to help others in another capacity, even through your nonprofit. And I think that this is absolutely amazing. I also want to talk about your contribution. You have one in a book, um, The Father Effect.
Yes.
I want to hear about this.
Well, the Father Effect is an organization. They obviously they reach out to help fathers understand how important the role is for fathers to be engaged in the lives of their children. So last year, they approached me to write a contributing article for a book they're putting together about my experience as a father. And I told the whole story basically of how, as a father, I prioritize my family above my corporate job at the time. I prioritized my family. I actually attended law school for a year, and I stopped going to law school because I realized what it was doing as far as pulling me away from time with my wife and my son and daughter. I
Uh-huh.
realized that it was so important at this point in my life that I am close with them. You never get the opportunity again. As they get older, it's gone.
It's so
And
true. It is so true.
Yes.
And you have another contribution in writing as well.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, my first official book is being released on March 15th on Amazon, entitled Shattered,
Shattered.
A Journey Through the Pieces.
Yes.
And to me, when somebody picks up this book, the takeaway for them is that whatever I have been through in this life has made me the person that I am. It's going to give me the purpose that I need to go out and help change somebody else's life. I want to charge people up that it's not too late to live the life that you want to live, but you have to make sure that you are willing to lay down your life for somebody else. And that's what my book, it charges people up to go out and make a change, go out and you see every point of your life and you're like, you know what? This has all come together to make me into the person that I am. Put it like this, you're looking at a mirror and the child is standing in front of the mirror, imagining, what am I going to be when I get older? Well, that mirror that we look in front of as a child is going to experience some broken pieces.
Okay.
Some dreams are going to be broken. Some desires are going to have to maybe be postponed in order to do other things in life. For example, I wanted to be an actor for the longest, but I got married right after college. I had to prioritize my family at that time. I had a very young family. I decided to table my desires for full-time acting, and I prioritized holding down a very good job, which it was hard because I was very unfulfilled in that job. But I was more fulfilled in seeing my family flourish. So I sacrificed on one part, but I saw the benefit on the other side. I also experienced major business failure, which I talk about in the book. And that business failure that I experienced, it took me into a depression. And
Interesting.
That depression and where I nearly took my life. And
Wow.
I nearly took my own life. The details are in the book about how I got through that point, but my faith got me through that point. My family got me through that point. And those are some of the shattered pieces that I talk about in my book. And this is what I want people to see. Everybody has shattered pieces in their life, but those pieces can come back together to form a beautiful portrait. And so that's what my book is about.
Well, I partly stole your introduction on that because I was so excited. So share with the viewers again the title of your book.
It's entitled Shattered, A Journey Through the Pieces. And it's available for pre-order on Kindle, Amazon Kindle right now. And the paperback will be available early March for pre-order, and the official release is March 15th. And I'm looking forward to that book.
I am too. I'm really excited about this because anything that can help someone else become whole or begin to move in the direction to become whole and lead a healthier, happier life is what I'm all about. And that's my purpose. And what's really interesting is a lot of people, Rodney, get to a point in life where they're not sure what direction to go. Why am I here? I've had all of these things happen. What do I do? And so like you, it's finding that, but sometimes we have to do some healing first.
Yes.
And we need these resources and the tools and the support from others. And sometimes it's through a book and somebody else's experience,
yes,
their journey, and their steps, like what you're sharing, that's going to make all the difference. And so I'm just so excited about it. And I'm excited about your work and all of the things that you're doing. This is just absolutely amazing. If there is one kind of phrase of legacy that you could leave the viewers with today,
yes.
what do you think you would share with them?
I would tell anyone to be present in every moment of life, to be present, this is one thing I struggled with for a very long time, because many of us, we want tomorrow to be okay. We want next week to be okay. We want next year. But we forget that this moment that you and I have right now is extremely important. This moment right now, we can change someone's life. Somebody can change ours. This moment right now, if my daughter comes to talk to me and I'm not present with her, I can miss a valuable moment. My wife, if I'm not present with her, I can miss those valuable moments. If I'm not just able just to sit and laugh and enjoy life, I can miss valuable moments. All because of worry about tomorrow and regret over yesterday. Yesterday's gone. When yesterday is gone, it's over with.
That's right.
Okay. It's okay to think about the past every once in a while, but you can't do anything about it.
Right.
10 minutes ago, we can't do anything about what happened 10 minutes ago. It's over.
That's right.
Only thing we have is really the present moment. Be there. Experience the present moment throughout the day. Be grateful for each moment of life.
That is so powerful. I think that is probably the most powerful statement anybody has said. So there's nothing more that, oh gosh, I can't even add anything to that. So I'm going to leave the viewers with that today. I want to thank you so much for taking your time in being here. I want to thank you for everything that you're doing to help others. And I'm wishing you much success in not only your acting career, your authorship, in theater, in the nonprofit, in your family life, and everything else that you do. Rodney, thank you so much for being here.
Rebecca, thank you for having me. And if I can just let your viewers know that if they want to connect with me, I'm on Instagram at Rodney Damon Collins. Very simple. I'm very easy to find. You can pull me up on there, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. I make myself easy to find. I love to connect with people and keep encouraging people.
Perfect. Okay, so let me share with the viewers that not only the information that Rodney just gave you, the links to be able to connect with him are going to be shared with you via the article that this particular episode is going to be embedded in, along with links to be able to purchase a copy of his book and any other resources like IMDb, if you want more information on how to connect with his show, and even a link on how to get to his show. So there you have it. I thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, watching Rebecca Sounds Reveille is so important so that you can grow happier and healthier. And I ask that you share this with your friends, your family, colleagues, and anybody else that you know on social media and anywhere else that could use some tips to grow healthier and happier. Thanks for watching. This has been brought to you by TLB TV and the Liberty Beacon. Welcome to Rebecca Sounds Reveille. This show is going to have you just hang on the edge of your seat with so much fun and laughter, because I have got a guest with me today who, gosh, I just connect with in such a way that has made me laugh and smile since I have been talking to him. I've got to tell you, he started with packing bags and working in construction. And as a child, I mean, he just developed a really strong work ethic. And I think that's part of the reason, just part, there's many others, why we connected so well. He was born in Germany and raised in Texas. And I want to find out about that. He was always just this terrific athlete. And I want to get into that too, because with all of this stuff, his direction in life went into some bigger things. Not only that, he was in track and basketball, and he did things in his spare time. He did, he just had dreams of playing in the NBA, I love it. And that's one of the things that I have always liked doing too. I don't tell too many people that I do like basketball. But anyway, those would kind of disappear a little bit. Some of our childhood dreams kind of go. but he'll tell you a little bit about maybe why. And he also then went into writing. That's another little connection there because I love to write too. He graduated with a degree in English and journalism from Queens College in New York City. Woo! This is awesome. I love English. The English language is fabulous. And anyway, so he has this moment of clarity where all of this is culminating together and lots is happening. Lots and lots and lots is happening in his life. But he witnesses this shooting, right? And there's things that happen that make you rethink a lot of things that are going in your life when trauma happens, right? Whether it's to you or someone else. Things happen that make you just kind of go, I need to check out some things. And we're going to talk about this. But here's some things. He has this friend named Henry who suggests to him, hey, what about pursuing acting? And he's already considering stage presence at this time from rapping days, which we're going to talk about too. And, there's just things that he can share with us. I could tell you, but no, I'm not going to give it up. I'm going to let him give that up to you because there is so much more that he has to share with us about having worked with 50 Cent and oh my gosh, Omari Hardwick, and there's so much more. He's been on television, like shows like Gotham. He's been, oh my gosh, a police officer. I have to talk to you about this. I even got an image of it, and I'm going to have to put that with the article I have with him about that with this episode and all the links that I will have in reference to him with this episode. But there's more. He's done so many things with Citizen Watch, Peeps Delights, BuzzFeed, Boost Mobile, We the Internet, Crown Royal, Brooks, and many, many, many more things. And there's more. Las Vegas Black Film Festival. He's involved. Independently even starred and produced short films. This is amazing because we're not only talking about going and looking for work, he's making it happen. Without any further ado, let's get him on here because I want to talk more. Lester Greene, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Excited.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. That was
oh my gosh.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, I am just so excited because you have so much to talk about. First, let me just ask you, you had so much happen, but let me go to Texas because that's where I'm at right now. Tell me about your time in Texas.
Okay, yeah. So I lived in El Paso, Texas. My father was in the military for 20 plus years. So we did a lot of traveling around. And so I attended Logan Elementary School in El Paso, Texas. And I loved it out there. I had so many friends and I played football. I ran track. The weather was perfect. And then we moved and that was it. So I do miss my Texas days and hopefully I'll be able to go back and visit. Yeah.
Okay, so here you are, this like star athlete, like Vision NBA. You're like, woo! I got this thing going on. Yeah. You're moving around and stuff, and then you see something that just changes your world. Tell me what happened, because this is big.
Yeah. So I was walking in Harlem with a friend of mine, and I saw some guy running from a bunch of guys. I think he had on the wrong colors. It was gang related. And so these guys just started shooting at him. And of course, the guy was hit and he died. And I saw that right in front of me. And I think something just went off in my soul. I just felt like I needed to talk about that. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But then I started writing my thoughts down and I started recording songs. And that's how I started making music. And then, and then from the music, I slowly transitioned to the acting from a friend named Henry who suggested that I try it.
I'm going to throw this in there because, I myself have seen some pretty traumatic things. And one particular thing, like you, affected me. And one of the best things I ever did was I ended up working at a different police department. I worked at the sheriff's department where I had seen something. I saw a lot of things, but this one particular incident. later I worked at a police department at a school, college campus, and I had to give presentations. And people started asking me questions. Have you ever, drawn your weapon? Did you ever have to shoot anybody? What's the worst thing you've ever seen? And of course, you don't want to talk about it. But eventually I did. And it really helped. Like you, through your writing and your music, you're sharing and you're getting it out, and it's helping you really, really let it go. And I want to share that with our viewers today, because anybody who has feelings and situations that are trapped in there, it's so important to share that, whether it's through writing and singing or to somebody else. It really makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it does.
Like what you did.
Yeah, I have so much respect for you just from being a former police officer, because that is a very dangerous job. I don't know how you did it. So kudos to
thank you. Yeah. Thank you. But you played a police officer. Tell me about your role.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I always want to, it's funny, I don't know, for some reason I find cops very intriguing. Okay. And so I always wanted to play a cop. And so this director by the name of Nathan Smith came up to me and he asked me if I'd be willing to audition for his film called 250. And so I went in for the audition, and I would say maybe within a week, I heard that I booked a job. So the film 250 was about police brutality, and I was playing one of the police officers. So there's this one scene where I'm brutalizing this young kid. I'm just beating him down with a stick, and it gets very graphic. And I actually injured myself from using.
Yes. Did you hurt your wrist?
Yeah, I hurt my wrist. I didn't hit him. I wasn't hitting him with the stick, but it was taking a lot out of me. And after the shoot was over, my arm was sore.
Yes.
I don't know if that, I'm sure you've probably experienced that.
Still have issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't, and that thing is heavy, that stick. I don't know what they call it.
Mine wasn't from the nightstick, but we had something that's called an asp. And what's so, that? Okay, so it's about, yay long.
Oh.
And you just kind of go like this and it extends.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those. Yeah. So, is it straight? It's just straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Not the L, right? You're not talking about the L shape stick.
No. This is just, it's about that big.
I know you're talking about it extends once you. Oh,
yes.
And that thing is heavy. I've seen it.
And not too bad. I don't know if it's like 5 pounds or something. But that thing is pretty solid. It is. It's pretty solid, but I think, that movement that you're talking about, that repetition.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know. We kept doing take after take, and I was just giving it my all for every take, not realizing that I was going to be sore after it.
Mm-hmm.
Said and done. But I really enjoyed playing that role. The film never really came out. I don't know what happened, but I had a great time playing it. And so I have some footage from the film, so I use it on my demo reel, but I would love to have seen the whole film. But sometimes projects don't make the light of day.
Very true. That's very true. I did some extra work back in the 80s. And
actor?
Oh, yeah. I did some extra work. And, I was an extra on Moonlighting. And with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, way back. This way back.
Way back. Okay.
And anyway, there was a show that never came out, and I kept thinking, gosh, wouldn't it be neat if there was a way to go to archives and find out, just to see, right. what you were at, because there's a lot of shows that don't make it.
True.
And it's amazing because you're on set for a long time and things like that happen to you and you're like, wow. And unless you're part of SAG, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the benefits to kind of go off to the doctor and get fixed.
Absolutely. I'm SAG now, but before I wasn't. When I shot that film, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. Yeah. So wait, did you ever get a chance to see yourself in that film?
No. And you know what? I also did a stint where I was running through some doors with Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Running Man.
Okay, really?
Way back. You're bringing back memories that I kind of like.
So wait, did you want to be an actor, or you were just doing it just to?
Yeah, I was trying to, get in, but it didn't. Things just changed, directions for me. But it's funny because there's a lot of police officers that like acting.
I know some people. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
So there's kind of this innate thing going on with writing, acting, policing. I mean, and you've got a lot of similarities with me. I want to talk about your writing though, because you're very influential with your music and your writing. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I have a book that I just released called Act Like You Love Yourself. I actually have a picture of it right here. I don't know.
Talk to me. Let me get it up there. A little closer to the camera.
Oh,
I love it.
You see it?
All right, viewers, act like you love yourself. Tell me why, Lester.
Well, I think it's just so important for people to love themselves. It's so important to have a positive perception of who you are. A lot of times people doubt themselves or they feel like they're not good enough. And I think that when you walk around with that negative energy, people pick up on it. So the book is just
Agreed.
Right?
Yes.
People don't understand how valuable positive energy is. So the book just addresses that, and it just shows you how to keep a positive mindset.
You've nailed it. I mean, you're right on the money. So this is really important. And one of the goals, like I share in every show with the viewers, is I want to have them take away something that is going to change their life, that they can use today. You just said it.
Oh, okay. Wow. So I didn't even have to. Okay. I didn't even know.
Right there. I mean, you have to, you know what? Some people say fake it till you make it. I like what your book title says. You're expressing it. If right now you don't feel like it, act like it, because eventually your brain will make it happen. It's like taking a glass of water, okay? Mm-hmm. And you go, or a plate. Mm-hmm. And you go, I'm going to drop it. 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 What happens? You drop it. You told yourself that is what you're going to do.
Yeah, I agree. I totally
start telling yourself you love yourself. But there's more in your book that really is going to help the process of what your goal is in your title.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And the book is not just about acting, obviously. It's about...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's making it happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, I really enjoy writing it. I've always been a writer. I went to school for journalism, so it's something that's always been in my blood. And like you said, I want to help people. Like when you're a police officer, you service people, you serve and protect. I want to be able to give back to people. I want people to benefit from what I'm giving them. So it's not always about me.
No, and the thing is, you are more fulfilled when you're doing for others. And believe it or not, the joy you get is far more fulfilling than anything else. No amount of money that you get will fulfill what you receive when you see other people's lives just flourish. It's the most amazing thing, unless you're doing it. Yeah. Because not only are you doing it through your book, see, what people don't understand is you take something that has happened in your life, and I'm not going to say that it was something that was a really healthy thing, because what you saw was really at the time unhealthy, but you made it healthy, and you've made the changes to help other people take them out of an unhealthy situation and make their lives healthy. And that's what it's about. And that's what we got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You always got to look for that silver lining. I'm always looking for the positive in every situation. And that's just a healthy way to approach things.
I love it. I love it. And you're doing that with your film and your films.
Right.
What have you got going on right now? Because I'm going to tell you what, on Facebook, I'm seeing it.
Well, well, I'm going to be filming a web series in South Carolina next week. So I'll be traveling from New York to South Carolina to shoot that. It's called Cycles. And that was created by Marion Myers. And so we're doing that. And then I'm going to be shooting a series called I Have a Problem. And that's going to be starring Dieta West and Ashley Bloom and Andrew Singer. So
Wonderful.
so I got that going on. And I got 2 short films that are coming out that I produced and starred in. One is called 33rd Road.
Okay.
And the other one's called The Last Fishing Trip with Diane Bakos and Chris Fox. So I'm busy. I'm really excited about releasing these new projects.
This is very exciting. Tell me where the viewers can get your book.
So everything can be purchased on my website. So you just go to www.lestergreene with an E at the end.com. So it's www.lestergreene.com. You can get my books, you can get my movies, you can watch some of my, just everything, music videos, whatever. You can get everything there.
I absolutely love it.
Right?
I love it. And I love what you have done. I love where you have been. I love what you have done with it. And I love where you're going. And I think you are very, very inspirational person.
Thanks.
And I think that you have a lot to offer the people around you and those that are going to be around you in the lives that you touch. I am so glad that I've had an opportunity to have you not only as a guest on my show, but somebody that I've connected with. It's truly an honor, Lester. I'm really glad. I am really glad. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. Great show. And I look forward to being on your show again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Yes. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching. There was a lot of really good information that you're going to be able to use today, tomorrow, and in the future. These things that we talked about today can change your life, the life of somebody that you know, and even possibly those that you don't even realize can be affected by this. And so what we would hope that you will do is take the information that you heard today and share it not only with your friends and family, but on social media with others. Get the copy of the book. Act Like You Love Yourself. Get connected with Lester on social media. Check out his website. And also check out the other shows here on TLB TV. Thanks for watching today. This has been brought to you by the Liberty Beacon and TLBTV.com.